Alright, so we have a fusion that started on the 16th of March for Yoshi that is going to finish on the 1st of April. Then we usually have a little bit of time to replenish our resources, but this time apparently we're only going to have 2 weeks because shortly after we have yet another fusion. Are you going to be ready for that one? I actually have a pre-fusion plan for you guys. Let's go over that real quick in today's video. Quick announcement before I get started, we will be streaming tonight at the usual time for an account giveaway, which is the one you see right here. This is a beginner account. I say beginner because the missions are not even close to being finished. The total power on this account is 712,000, and as you can see right here, still a lot of work to do, but at least you can start with a couple legendary champions and some pretty good ones at that. Also, we have a man-eater down here, so hey, who knows, maybe you'll have an unkillable team faster than on my own account, which only took about 2 years. So anyway, if you want to have a chance at winning this account, make sure you show up. Before we get to the new guy, let's quickly talk about Yoshi. Do you have to drop the ball on this champ to start saving up for the other one because he looks better? He does have a really interesting set of skills, therefore you might consider him to be more important than this guy, right? Don't forget, finishing the faction wars with the dwarves is a must now. Shadowkin will only be added later, so if you're rushing for Lydia, maybe the dwarf guy is better for you. So here's the updated calendar with the latest value. The first milestone of the champion chase tournament has went up drastically. It used to be 250 points. Iron Brago, literally it was 250 points. Now it's 750. So if you planned on going to the second milestone, that doesn't really affect you. But over time, if this becomes the new standard and then this becomes higher, then at that point it will be yet again another slight increase here and there to a point where overall it is becoming harder and harder and harder. But hopefully you guys can get this champion anyway. I think he's going to be pretty good for the Shadowkin faction. So we're on the 26th today. 75 fragments is what I said you should be at. That's roughly where I am. I haven't gotten my last 10 fragments here from the champion chase tournament. Now, this new champion, Underpriest Brogni, looks absolutely amazing. They all do recently, I'll give him that. I think all these new champions look pretty fantastic. So this is a support champion of the magic affinity for the dwarfs. We could use a couple more support champs for that faction, but his skill set is what I really like about this guy. So let's quickly go over it. HP burn on the A1, 75% chance of removing 1 random buff from all enemies. This is an AoE, really great, but on top of that, you have a 75% chance of removing 1 random debuff from all allies. So this is a strip and cleanse. It's not exactly perfect, and you also increase the value of shield buffs on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. So does this mean that it's taking the actual shield that's already there, let's say a shield set, and making it bigger? That would be pretty unique, but I think that this skill alone is really interesting. But then we have on the A3, even better, we place a block debuffs buff and a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. So his max HP, the shield buff cannot be removed. 3 buffs. Hello, Seer. On top of that, it's a block debuffs, and if this order is correct, that means opening with a block debuffs. If in the arena he starts with this is sort of like in the realm of Sifi. I think that'll be absolutely amazing. I really want to get this guy. And then for the passive, we have whenever an ally under a shield buff is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield back to the attacker. Also heals that ally by 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield. Fire Knight, if this is going to act as a reflect damage, it should count as a hit. So if you guys are still just starting out, struggling with the Fire Knight, reflect damage is a great way to get through that. So guys, really excited about this new champ, but now let's check out the new pre-fusion calendar, which is obviously not 100% accurate because we don't actually know the values. I'm literally just copying off of the previous one, which was Astralon. But I do want to point this out, so caution or tips, call it however you want. We're probably going to have a 2x Ancient event Summon Rush as our first event. If you want to get the Epic Champion in there, you would have to go to 3,000 points total, which translates to 150 ancient shards. Sounds like a similar amount we've recently opened for Countess Licks. So with that, and then this fusion, and now this upcoming one, I'm going to bet that most of us will not have enough ancient shards saved up on time for this new guy. So you might have to mix and match some shards. So if you decided to go all in today for, let's say, the champion chase tournament of Yoshi, then you might be out of luck for this guy in 2 weeks. All right, so there's not a lot of time. You have to save up your shards. Now if you only go for the rare champions, obviously it is going to be a smaller basically milestone reward point. It's typically around 1,070 points, as it was for Astralon. Okay, so you can start saving up for this anyway, but the problem still is the amount of time that we have to do it. This is a very short time frame, so we might not be able to do it. At least I hope for you guys that you will be able to. Then we have probably going to get the champion chase tournament starting on the 23rd of April, which is yet again kind of like probably similar, I would say, to the one we've had for Astralon, at least I hope. So you might not push for 2,500 points here, but you might, or most likely will have to go for the 1,150 points for the rare champion in there, okay? And that will translate to a certain amount of shards yet again, but if you have the fusion of, let's say, Yoshi, hang on to him. This will be really crucial that you squeeze out as many points as you can, so hang on to that. Maybe you'll get some fusions of Brogni ready to go, Relic Keeper. Maybe you'll pull your Arbiter by then, so do save up for this so you can save a ton of shards and instead use them here where you will have to use a couple for sure. Now, the last question that remains is, should you drop Yoshi for the new upcoming legendary dwarf fusion? If you're one of those players that's currently sitting on, like, I don't know, 40 fragments, I would say most likely you're not going to finish Yoshi, therefore start hoarding for the new guy. Don't forget, I said it before, I'll say it again, the Shadowkin faction is new. The crypt is not open. It is not going to impact your ability to get Lydia for the time being. Also, you probably don't have any accessories for this faction anyway, so is Yoshi really going to be useful for you as of, let's say, tomorrow? No, probably not. But this new dwarf is really going to be important for the faction crypt if you don't have better, but also maybe a game changer for the arena and the Fire Knight, which makes it a very interesting champion overall. Also, guys, don't forget, I will update the plan. I will put this on my Discord server. So this is the pre-fusion plan. First time I'm doing it this way, but hopefully with that, you can already start getting prepared for this one that is going to start in about 3 weeks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about this short time frame, right? What do you think about this move by Plarium? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.